It's the fight to become the champion of the purest form of the game, that is Test. World Test Championship, the second edition. The last time around, India losing finalists. This time, yet again in the final, but up against a team that is touted to be the best in the business, and it is queuing up the ashes after this one-off World Test Championship final. While some believe the Aussies have the edge, others believe India is very much capable of outsmarting, and with Virat Kohli cracking some form, well, India have their nose ahead. That's what many believe. This is what the coach Rahul Dravid had to say earlier this evening.
Obviously, really looking forward to it. It's been 2 years of hard work to get here. Quite a few ups and downs along the way. It's something that you start the cycle aspiring to be in the top two teams so that you can get an opportunity to play this game. So, yes, looking forward to it and hoping for a good game of cricket. Yeah, so, I really hope that, because of things like the World Test Championship, and you have some context to a lot of these, to a lot of the bilateral games. Not that they don't have context in itself. Anytime you play for your country, play against someone else, there's always context, there's always, you always want to win those series. But really hope that, it will encourage a lot more teams to be able to potentially play a lot more Test cricket, or to be able to find a way to play a lot more Test cricket.
Two wicket-keepers, Saba, Karim and Ajay Ratra should be joining us. But let's first go to the person who's going to have a ringside view. And I'm so jealous of you, K Shriniwas Rao, Group Sports Editor, Network 18. I'm so jealous of you. But you're there inside the Oval. How did you make your way in? And how's it looking?
That's where the sun is out. The Indian team has just finished practicing. They're packing up. They're packing up to leave. It's been quite an afternoon, but nothing specific came out of the practice session. Usually after a practice session this long, you tend to form an opinion in terms of, who was spending more time at the wicket, who was spending more time rolling the arm over. I don't think much of what was to be seen actually gives us a picture of what to expect. And I think things are as ambiguous as what Rahul Dravid maintained in his press conference.
Yeah, you had to say that he said a lot without saying anything. That's what he did at the press conference. But how are the conditions? Are we going to say, is the reserve day going to come into play? Or is the weather going to be like it is right now?
The weather that you see right now outside, okay, is the weather that is predicted over the next 1 week. And this is as good as weather can get in London for cricket. The sun is out here. There's a bit of chill in the air. It's breezy, but yet it's sunny. You walk out there, the sun, you can feel it on your body. And I think that makes, the afternoon time, you're excellent for test match cricket.
Why have they covered the middle then? Why aren't they letting you see how the pitch is looking? Or have you seen it? You put a picture out. You saw it.
Yeah, I did. I did put a picture out, but you know what? I also said along with that picture, I said, don't think too much when you're looking at this, because it has a definite shade of green. But I think there's 24 hours left before the test match begins, and I think anything can happen in 24 hours. One run of the blade, and you'll have a brown wicket out there tomorrow evening.
We've had long conversations on Cricket Next. But I'm going to ask you now, because we're going to open the phone lines up. We've got two wicket keepers in Ajay Ratra and Saba Karim joining us, former India players. The phone numbers are flashing. I'm asking you what's your playing 11.
Are you asking me?
Yes. Before I go to the viewers and to the experts.
All right, okay.
Who's your playing 11? Shriniwas Rao. India playing 11.
Yeah.
Srini, can you hear me? Who is your playing 11? India playing 11. Can you hear me, Srini? Oh, we lost him. We'll try and bring him back. He's just moved away from the screen. I need to get to know what his playing 11 is. Earlier in the day, as we say namaste to Saba Karim and Ajay Ratra, K Shriniwas Rao was saying कि वो Ashwin और Jadeja दोनों को खिलाएंगे और Umesh Yadav will be his pacer along with Siraj and Mohammad Shami. That's his overall playing 11. Let me ask you, Saba Karim, ये सिलेक्शन का हेडेक जितने बहुत लोगों के सर पे आया है, कभी कभी आपके सर को कुछ टाइम के लिए आपके सर पे भी था. So let me ask you. Saba, can you hear me? Namaste, this is Anand here. Can you hear me?
Are you... Hello?
Yes.
Is it for me?
Yes, Saba. Yes, Saba. Saba Karim, the question is for you, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I'll go with what Shriniwas Rao has just mentioned. But you know what? If there is this greenish shade on top of the surface, then India may be tempted to go in with one spinner and 4 pace bowlers. And in that case, then I expect to see Shardul Thakur in the 11. Otherwise, if they shave off a little bit of grass from the surface, then I would like to go in with 2 spinners and 3 pace bowlers, Mohammad Shami, Siraj and Umesh Yadav. That would be my 11. Plus, on top of that, there's a lot of discussion about the wicket-keeping slot. I will still go ahead and play Shrikar Bharat in place of Ishan Kishan. And the only reason being that Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, they do pretty well persisting with a player whom they have shown some trust. And because Shrikar Bharat had already played in the home series against Australia, they may go ahead with Shrikar Bharat in the World Test Championship final also.
Well, you know, Shriniwas Rao is nodding his head. He agrees with you. That's what's happening. But Ajay Ratra, before I ask, quickly go to Ajay Ratra. We got 5 callers also. 01204341895 is the phone number. Saba Karim, the one spinner. If they were to go with only one spinner, who would it be? Jadeja or Ashwin?
Oh, it has to be Jadeja then, because then if you play with 3 pace bowlers, Shardul Thakur and Ravindra, and then I will go with Ravindra Jadeja, because that will add more muscle to my batting depth.
Muscle to your batting depth, but Ashwin के बिना कैसे जीतेंगे overseas? Ashwin जैसा spinner और कौन है? That is the big question.
If you remember, a couple of years ago, we played with 2 spinners and it did not help us. So it all depends on the condition. But having said that, if India has to go with a lone spinner, then it has to be Ravindra Jadeja.
But when we played with those 2 spinners, sir, with due respect, when we played with those 2 spinners, Jadeja did not do much of the bowling. Ashwin did.
Yeah, but even when Ashwin bowled, he was not too effective. So I think you go in with one spinner, considering that the condition will be more favorable towards your pace bowlers.
Right.
That is why in that case I would include Shardul Thakur as the 4th seamer.
Right. Ajay Ratra, quick word. Shrini says अभी तो condition ऐसा लग रहा है कि 2 स्पिनर खिलाना पड़ेंगे, but अजय जी आप क्या कहते हैं?
Anand, I feel कि if we go with 3 pacers and 2 spinners like Shrinivasan mentioned कि वहाँ पर weather बहुत अच्छा है, और मुझे लगता है कि पिच से ज्यादा इंग्लैंड में वेदर ज्यादा मैटर करता है, क्योंकि जब अच्छी धूप होती है तो बॉल उतना स्विंग नहीं होता, क्योंकि और जब धूप है तो आई वुड से कि अश्विन जडेजा जो है अच्छी बॉलिंग स्ट्रेंथ के साथ अगर जाएंगे, और जडेजा जो अच्छी बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, इनफैक्ट अश्विन आल्सो गॉट 400 इन टेस्ट क्रिकेट, तो बैटिंग भी स्ट्रेंथन करते हैं, और मुझे लगता है 2 स्पिनर के साथ जाएंगे बेहतर। एंड आल्सो वन बिग रीजन, अश्विन हैज अ वेरी गुड मैचअप अगेंस्ट स्टीव स्मिथ, जो कि उनका मेन स्टे है, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो माइंड में रहता है कि जब आप प्रीवियसली किसी बॉलर को आउट हुए होते हैं तो वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं माइंड में प्ले करता है।
पेसर किसको खिलाएंगे? शार्दुल को खिलाएंगे कि उमेश यादव को खिलाएंगे? मैं ये मान के चल रहा हूं कि शमी सिराज आपका सेट है।
आई डू एग्री आनंद, शमी और सिराज तो रहेंगे, पर कहीं मैं टेम्प्ट हो रहा हूं थोड़ा जयदेव के लिए कि बीइंग लेफ्टी फास्ट बॉलर, तो आइदर आई विल गो विद उमेश और जयदेव।
उमेश यादव और जयदेव उनटकट, दैट्स व्हाट यू आर सेइंग कि एक लेफ्ट आर्म पेसर भी ले आए, थोड़ा सा एक वेरिएशन के लिए, थोड़ा डिफरेंस के लिए, और उनटकट हाल फिलहाल में ठीक ठाक बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू एग्री? चलिए, हमारे साथ कॉलर्स हैं कुछ, उसके बाद मैं श्रीनिवास राव के पास जाऊंगा। सबा और अजय प्लीज मेरे साथ। सुंदरेश फ्रॉम पुणे इज विद अस। यस सुंदरेश।
Hi.
Go ahead please. You turn the TV on mute please, because there is a delay. So you're speaking here first before you hear yourself. Please put it on. Thank you. Go ahead please.
Right. See, I would recommend India going with 3 fast bowlers and 2 spinners, and a wicketkeeper and rest of the batsmen. Out of the 3 fast bowlers, Shami, Siraj, and I would opt for Shardul Thakur because he can move the ball as compared to others better, and he will come as a utility batsman when the need arises.
And wicketkeeper?
Wicketkeeper is a must because
Wicket-keeper
Bharat.
Bharat. Okay. So, two spinners, Jadeja and Ashwin, I'm assuming. Quickly going to our next caller, Shubhashish from Bhubaneswar. Yes, Shubhashish. Shubhashish, go ahead, please. I'm going to request all our callers to turn your TV on mute and then speak with us. Shubhashish, go ahead. Shubhashish, I'm moving away from you. Kailash from Bengaluru. Yes, Kailash. Namaskara. Go ahead, please.
My question.
Go ahead, Kailash.
Yeah, you are able to hear me?
Yes, I am. Go ahead, please.
Okay, right. So I feel actually, as I saw, the pitch was actually quite sunny, which means from day 3, I think it will start spinning. So I would definitely like to go with two spinners, Ravindra Ashwin and Ajay Jadeja. And probably I will go, not a bad idea, to go with the left arm seamer in place, in Jaydev Unadkat. Yes, and probably I might little bit think different. I might go for Ishan Kishan as a wicket-keeper because he could be an ideal one-to-one replacement for Rishabh Pant. Because if, for example, 3 or 4 wickets have come down, he could play the role of a Rishabh Pant, like Ishan Kishan, and he is also in good form coming from the IPL. But I have one more question, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
See, many of our players have actually come from IPL, playing a long 1.5 months. So they will be completely jaded, means out of energy. Whereas if you look at Australia, they are actually fresh with only 3 players in IPL.
Okay.
So how do you see that?
Okay, let's get our experts to opine on that. Saba, Karim and then Ajay Ratra, then we'll go to the rest of the callers. Thank you, Kailash. JP Singh, Shankar, Dr. S. Panda, and Shankar from Goa. All of you please stay with me. Yes, Saba, Karim and Ajay Ratra. On freshness of the players. IPL खेल के हमारी टीम थकी तो नहीं है. Australia players, are they fresher? Saba, Karim?
Oh, well, there is no debate on that. It is more than clear that Australian players will be far more fresh than the Indian lineup. But this is the kind of challenge that India has accepted. And over the past 2 years, India has had to go through several struggles. But good that they have finally found a place in the World Test Championship finals. So I think India should be geared up. Let's set aside whatever has happened in the past in terms of their schedule in the IPL. You need to look ahead. Mentally, I think it's more important to be fresh, and I think that's what both Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma would be telling all the players. Because once you get in, it is going to be a 5-day duel with arguably one of the top teams in the world. So I think if you remain mentally fresh, then I'm sure that India can put up a strong challenge to Australia. And I don't think that Australia has an edge at this stage. I feel that both the teams are equally balanced. We have a decent batting lineup. I think in the end it will eventually lie on India's batting strength. If India can post a big score, and especially in the first inning, I'm sure that India can
hold that thought. Hold that thought, please. I have the all important question coming your way in just a bit. Ajay Ratra, क्या कहेंगे? इंडियन टीम थोड़ी फ्रेश होगी, थकी होगी, या ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम फ्रेश होगी? या आपको लगता है इस बार काफी रेस्ट मिला है? 10-12 दिन बहुत ज्यादा है, कभी इतना मिलता नहीं है टीम को.
Anand, it's a challenge for Indian players. There's no doubt about that. Playing IPL is not that easy. It's quite taxing on players. But I think अभी जो जिस तरह से शेड्यूलिंग होता है, now it's like part and parcel of players' career. आपको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ता है. More than freshness, मुझे लगता है कि T20 से टेस्ट क्रिकेट में अडेप्ट होना, वो भी इंडियन कंडीशन से इंग्लैंड में बड़ा चैलेंज तो है. समटाइम्स व्हाटएवर यू वांट वो मिलता नहीं है आपको. मे बी इतने बड़े टेस्ट से पहले शायद आप साइड गेम भी एक खेलना चाहते, कोई ऐसा मैच, प्रैक्टिस मैच आपको मिलता. बट इस फास्ट लाइफ में समटाइम्स सब कुछ नहीं मिलता. एंड ऑल्सो आई थिंक बीसीसीआई ने अभी जो डोमेस्टिक का भी शेड्यूलिंग रहता है. इफ यू सी कि अगर कोई टीम T20 खेल रही है और नॉकआउट में क्वालिफाई करती है, इट प्लेज टिल एंड, तो बहुत सारा समय आपके पास नहीं होता. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो प्लेयर्स के लिए चैलेंज है कि आप वो कैसे एक फॉर्मेट टू दूसरे फॉर्मेट में अडेप्ट करते हैं. लाइक सबा सेड कि आप, मुझे लगता है कि फिजिकली से ज्यादा मेंटली कितना आप फ्रेश हैं. अगर प्लेयर्स स्पेशली परफॉर्म करके आए हैं, अब आप गिल को पूछिए कि अगर वो फ्रेश है कि नहीं. हम डेफिनेटली अभी वो चाहेंगे कि उनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्रिकेट मिले. तो अगर कोई रन्स बना के आया, दो इट्स अ डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट, तो वो जरूर कॉन्फिडेंट फील करेगा.
पर रोहित शर्मा के तो रन नहीं बन रहे हैं. पिछली बार टेस्ट सीरीज में 100 भले जड़ा, लेकिन आईपीएल में तो रन नहीं बने. उस पर मैं आता हूं. JP Singh from Mumbai. Namaste. Go back to our callers quickly. 4 callers. We'll take their calls and then go back to our experts. Yeah, JP Singh ji.
Namaste. Yes, namaste to Anand, Ajay and Saba. And Saba, I know him very well. He had come and stayed in my father's hotel representing Bihar when he in Calcutta. So a question to Saba ji. One is that what should India do after winning the toss? A. And number two, I think the dark horse from India would be Ajinkya Rahane and Gill, because everybody is hyping on Kohli and Rohit and Gill. No, otherwise, I say it will be either Rahane or Gill who will score a ton and make India proud.
So we'll get Saba Karim's opinion on that. Just park your question with you, Saba. Just let's take our callers and then we'll come back and answer all of them together. Yes, Shankar from Salem. JP Singh ji, thank you. Yes, Shankar. Namaskar. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, two spinners should be included. Ashwin should be playing because he can bat also. And Shardul should also be there as in the pace because he can also bat. So we have got a depth in batting as well as bowling. We have three pacer, two spinner. Ishan should be the wicket keeper and 5 batsmen.
Oh,
so that should be the composition.
You just want the team to be able to bat all the way up till number 9. That's what you are trying to say. Shankarji, that's a big indication of an underlying thought. I'll come to that in a bit. Thank you for calling in. Yes, Dr. Panda.
Yes, sir. I've got a point to tell you. Analyze the last final we played against New Zealand. Our spin bowlers were not giving air to the ball. Only if you give a little air to the ball, you can buy wickets. What Bishan Singh Bedi, Prasanna, Erappalli, Prasanna used to do, they used to flight the ball, induce the batsman, give him a 4, give him a 6, and on the third or the fourth ball, take a wicket. Buying a wicket is an art which Indian cricket has fallen. If India is a better team on the cards, as per me, as per the present situation, I disagree with the people telling that they are a better team. We are a better team. Go full from attack, and the win is yours.
Well,
if you play you'll get into the well.
You play.
Attack them, and you'll
attack and play to win. Dr. Panda, very well said. And this time around, the pitch will be different. The venue is different. It's not the Lords. It's at the Oval. The last time around, our pacers have done well here on this track. Our spinners have also got purchased here. Umesh Yadav actually got 6 wickets the last time around the test was played here. So, but many don't want him in the side. Now, Saba Karim, toss जीत कर क्या करना चाहिए? That's one question. और मेरा एक underlying question आप सबसे है, do you have the confidence that our top 4 batsmen can put 200 runs on the board?
So number one, Anand, generally we have seen a trend in England these days, the past maybe couple of seasons, that teams prefer to field first because they feel that even on the 4th day or the 5th day, the wicket remains ideal to bat. And that is why we have seen some big scores being chased in the 4th innings of a test match. So that is one thought which I'm sure Rohit Sharma will have in mind when he goes out to toss. Number 2 is, as I said earlier on, and I think it all depends on our batting lineup. If India can post, I'm not only talking about top 4, if India can post a score of 350 plus in the first inning, then India will have a very strong chance of winning this encounter. Having said that, I do believe for India to get off to a good start is very important that both Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, number 3 Chiteshwar Pujara, all these 3 combine to provide a decent platform for the other batters to come in and build a score beyond 350 plus. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I think India should be up for that kind of a challenge.
Right. Ajay Ratra.
I think depend on the wicket condition on that particular morning. Sometime previous evening भी वो decision लेना tough हो जाता है. तो previous match morning में ये देखना होगा कि pitch में कितना moisture है और कितना. And अगर इंडिया टीम 3 पेसर 2 स्पिनर के साथ जाता है तो पहले बैटिंग या पहले बॉलिंग दोनों के लिए वो मतलब वेल इक्विप्ड है.
Well, the larger question is क्या आप में ये कॉन्फिडेंस है कि हमारे टॉप 4 बल्लेबाज जो है 200 रन स्कोर बोर्ड पे डाल सकते हैं? क्योंकि सबके सब लोअर ऑर्डर और नंबर 8 तक अपनी बैटिंग शोर अप करने की बात कर रहे हैं. ईशान किशन, शार्दुल ठाकुर और ऑल कमिंग इनटू द पिक्चर ओनली बिकॉज बैटिंग थोड़ा बैटिंग स्ट्रेंथ करना है. दैट्स बिकॉज द टॉप ऑर्डर पे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है ना.
देखिए नथिंग हार्म अगर आपके पास जो अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेज हो आप जितना टीम को स्ट्रेंथन कर सके, देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन दैट. बट एट द सेम टाइम हम बॉलिंग ज्यादा सैक्रिफाइस ना करें. मुझे अभी भी लगता है कि वो 20 विकेट लेने के लिए आपको अगर मेन बॉलर चाहिए तो वो आप
मैं काम करता हूं. वी जस्ट टेक अ पॉज. 24 घंटे का पॉज लेंगे. कल शाम को आपका फिर मैं आई एम गोइंग टू ब्लॉक योर टाइम. सबा करीम एंड अजय रात्रा विल टेक दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन फॉरवर्ड ऑन द ईव ऑफ द गेम. तब तक के लिए आई हैव टू वाइंड अप. थैंक यू वेरी वेरी मच. दिस क्वेश्चन, डू यू हैव द कॉन्फिडेंस दैट आवर टॉप 4 कैन स्कोर 200 रन्स in an all important test championship final? We leave you with that thought. Brass Tacks with Zaka.